Undertoads. My name is 3DS. The D stands for domination.
What's up, Undertoads? This is Derek from Classic Game Room. I don't know, did you hear some voices in here earlier? I don't know what was happening. But anyway, let's take a look at this hardware. You know, typical of what you'd expect now from a Nintendo handheld. But what's different about the 3DS? Well, let's start on the front here. You've got two cameras. The reason you have two cameras is because this console takes 3D pictures and 3D video. So it needs two cameras to create that illusion that works way better than me just going like this towards the camera. So that's why you have two cameras there on the front of your Nintendo 3DS. On the side, you've got a wireless switch. This is to turn off your wireless to conserve battery power, which you may consider doing. We'll talk about that in a little bit. On this side, you've got your left and right buttons. Your stylus is actually in the back this time. In the old DS, it was on the side, you'll remember. The stylus is actually in the top now. So if you get a 3DS and you're frantically looking for your stylus, look on top. And this is where your AC adapter plugs in, your power cord. Another thing you will want to become familiar with, where that plug is. You will use it often with the 3DS. On this side you have your volume slider, obviously, which increases the volume of your unit. Imagine that. And you also have an SD card slot. The 3DS comes with an SD card. And so that's where it is. And of course this is for storing games, you know, all kinds of storage, but anything you want to put on an SD card. But a lot of games save extra data to that, you know, various data saved to your SD card. So it comes in the system. You don't have to put it in or anything. It's already in the system. And let's open this bad boy up. You've also got a front-facing camera. So there's two on the front, and there's one, as you notice above the top screen, on the back. Or there's one on the front. There's two on the back. You've also got your two speakers. You'll notice the top screen is 16:9, a widescreen. This is the screen that the 3D effect takes place on. And here's another thing you'll notice. This little slider here. This is your 3D slider. When it's cranked all the way up like this, that's the full 3D effect. But you can also set it to whatever setting you'd like. If you want a slight 3D effect, you can, you know, gradually nudge it up. And the higher you slide it, the more pronounced the 3D effect is. If you slide it all the way down, it actually turns the 3D effect completely off. But otherwise, it looks very much like your Nintendo DS Lite or your DSi. The obvious major difference is this. You've got a circle pad which functions as your analog stick, which will allow true analog motion in 3D games. When I say 3D, I mean 3D graphics games, your Super Mario 64s, your Ocarina of Times. So you've got your analog stick, and this thing, I gotta tell you, this thing works really well. We'll get to that in some other games, but man, it's just a really very satisfying little circle pad. It switches back in to place. It's very, very nice. And you've also got your start, your select, and a home button, much like the Wii. You can return to your home screen. These are not actually buttons. You actually have to sort of push down on the unit, and it clicks. And make sure you come back for part 2 of our 3DS console review, where we're going to go over the menu and all this cool stuff that's actually on the system. No, you have to come back for part 2.